I had an experience this morning where I jumped straight to an assumption without knowing anything about the situation. And reflecting on it afterwards made me think about how many other areas in my life are governed by these assumptions. Basically, I saw a guy walking his dog outside our window this morning, and then we followed him on the way to taking the kids to nursery. And every so often, he'd pull a can of cider from his pocket and take a swig. Now, my immediate assumption was he must be alcoholic. I mean, why else would anybody be drinking in the morning? And it wasn't until I thought about it afterwards that I came around to the fact that I don't know anything about this guy or his life. He may well be alcoholic, but he also might be a night shift worker who takes his dog for a walk before he heads to bed for the day. He might also be dealing with some terrible news, or maybe he just likes a can of cider on his morning dog walk. Along with assumptions, judgment sort of popped up for me too, because he was doing something that's not societally accepted behavior, i.e., drinking in the morning. And there obviously must be something wrong with him because of that. Now, clearly, we rely on societal norms and collective evidence to form these heuristics that are there in order to save us time and cognitive energy, but they're not facts, and we need to be very careful about interpretation. I guess what I'm saying is that for every assumption we make, there's a multitude of other possibilities that coexist simultaneously. It's a bit like Schrodinger's cat, where it's both alive and dead until we open the box to check. And to accept the assumption we believe to be true means there's no room for other explanations. So, how does this relate to you? Maybe you're assuming that your current career relationship is as good as it gets. Or maybe you've conditioned yourself to think that you don't deserve anything more. Neither of these are facts, right? They're assumptions. And you can uncouple yourself from them by simply taking a step back from what you know to be true, not what you don't. It's interesting, right? Maybe in my case, I need to strike up a conversation with this guy one morning and get a feel for his story before I consign him to forever being alcoholic in my mind. And perhaps in your world too, it's about reframing the narrative you're telling yourself and being open to other possibilities. If anything here sounds like something you're wrestling with, I invite you to reach out on the link above and schedule in a 30-minute conversation to see how I can help you unshackle yourself from those fixed mindsets.